The passing of Russian UN Ambassador Vitaly Churkin stunned the Diplomatic Corps here at the United Nations headquarters in New York.
We mourn Ambassador Churkin. He's been such a regular presence here that I'm actually quite stunned.
A deeply committed diplomat to his country and one of the finest people we have known. And I'd like to mark this moment here today with a moment of silence in memory of his service. Please stand.
The President of the United Nations General Assembly, Peter Thompson, said he was greatly saddened at the news of the passing of dear friend Ambassador Vitaly Churkin. The Russian Federation and the United Nations have lost a true son and a great international intellect. Russian UN Ambassador Vitaly Churkin was admired by his colleagues, who found him to be a formidable adversary, but also a man they could engage with personally. As for the UN press corps, they admired him, but they also found that he was abrasive and sometimes very difficult, but he was always an interesting interview. Newly minted U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley wrote in a statement, "In my short time at the United Nations, Ambassador Vitaly Churkin showed himself to be a gracious colleague. We did not always see things the same way, but he unquestionably advocated his country's positions with great skill. We send our prayers and heartfelt condolences to lift up his family and to the Russian people." British Ambassador Matthew Rycroft said on Twitter that he was absolutely devastated to hear that my friend and colleague Vitaly Churkin has died, a diplomatic giant and wonderful character. France's ambassador to the UN, François Delettre, called Churkin one of the most talented diplomats I had ever met. And then there was this comment from former U.S. UN Ambassador Samantha Power, who described Churkin as a diplomatic maestro and deeply caring man who did all he could to bridge U.S.-Russia differences. Churkin hit the diplomatic spotlight as the Soviet Union's foreign ministry spokesman in 1990. He went on to serve as deputy Russian foreign minister, ambassador to Belgium, Canada, and then was posted to the United Nations in 2006. Vitaly Churkin died a day short of his 65th birthday. Frank Ucciardo, ATN News, the United Nations.